So good morning class. So today where we discuss about the inquiry and inductive learning activities. So first, let's define or what is inquiry and inductive learning activities. So this is inquiry-based learning experiences involves situations in which learners use inductive reasoning processes, patterns, solutions, ideas, and underlying principles and generalizations. So, inquiry and inductive learning activities, it relies upon the idea of individuals or the students are able to learn by asking questions, investigating serious scenarios, and those social experiences rather than memorizing and any learning materials. So process that has potential to increase the intellectual engagements and understanding of the learners. So each learning method prioritize the students' questions, ideas, and analysis. Therefore, inquiry and inductive learning activities, it is a one of learner-centered teaching strategies in education. So let's first define what is inquiry activity. So it is a learning-centered approach where the instructor guides the students through questions, posed, methods, design, and data interpreted by the students. So these are the example of inquiry activity, the case studies, projects, research projects, and field work. So now, how is inquiry method used in teaching? So the first one is students develop questions that they are hungry to answer. So have them develop a problem statement that requires them to pitch their question during a constructive response, further inquiry, and citation. Then the second one is research the topic using them in class. So it's crucial to have some of this be a classwork so students have access to the head researcher in the room. You aren't going to do the work for them, but you're going to guide them a model of methods of researching reliably. And then the third one is have students present what they've learned. Students should create and present culminating artifact. For example, when I have my students present what they learned, I use a rubric with able to teach as the acme of what to reach for. After all, many people can understand content but can they communicate it? Students can develop a website using Weebly or perhaps a slideshow using Google Slides. And then the fourth one is ask students to reflect on what worked about the process and what didn't. So, reflection is key. And it isn't just about asking them to think back on their opinion of the topic. It's about reflection on the process itself. That's where you can work in metacognition, thinking about thinking. How students focus on how they learn in addition to what they learn. And in terms of a content area, imagine a classroom where different kids are presenting their findings on a single simple aspect of the content. You'd have a classroom that overall learns deeper and wider than ever before. So in terms of student achievement, the power of their questions should help drive the research, the writing, and the presentation. It should help motivate them to become experts in their self-described field. And the more often student gets a taste of what it feels like to be an expert in however small concept, the more they will want that feeling later on in life. Now let's proceed. What is inductive learning activity? So also known as discovery learning, the process where learners discovers rules by observing examples. So discovery learning and constructivism by suggest that learning is an active process which learner construct new ideas or concept based on knowledge or past experiences. His constructivist theory emphasizes a student's ability to solve real life problems and make new meanings through reflection. Discovery learning features method that enables students to discover information themselves in groups. So it is proposed by Jerome Bruner. Active learning activity is it encompasses a variety of instructional methods, including problem-based learning or discovery learning. So thus, they are all learner-centered or student-centered. So, according to Prince and Fielder 2006, inductive teaching and learning activities prompt students to generate knowledge through inquiry, reasoning, observations, or experience rather than receive it through direct instruction. So, in class activities that leverage prior knowledge and create a need to know have the potential to foster deeper, more motivated learning. It is according to Albanese and Mitchell by 1993, Ausabal 1960. One way to accomplish both elements of learning is to employ in-class activities that take an inductive approach. Inductive teaching and learning activities prompt students to generate knowledge through inquiry, reasoning, observation, or experience, rather than receive it through direct instruction, and it is according to Prince and Folder 2006. So, approaches that can be used across disciplines includes question first. So, it is lead off a new lesson course by asking your students to share what they already know about a concept or topic or draw conclusions based on the prior knowledge. You can also ask questions that will drive students to need for new content, attitudes, or ways of thinking. The second one is just-in-time teaching. So before class, ask conceptual based on our reading students' prior knowledge. Then you can tailor in-class instruction to helping your students revise specific misconceptions revealed by these questions, or explore areas in which thinking is more nuanced or complex. Then the third one is case-based. Provide a historical or hypothetical scenario relevant to the discipline, then challenge your students or to explore new knowledge or apply somewhat familiar material in the context of this case. Then the last one is problem-based. Provide students teams with all structured, open-ended, real-world problem to solve or an issue to explore. Students then work to clarify the problem or issue itself and seek ways to solve better to understand it. So that's all for inquiry and inductive learning activities. I hope you learned something from me. So I have a saying, tell me and I forget, show me and I remember, involve me and I understand. Thank you and thank you for listening.